Hey, how's it going everybody? This is Jem and today I'm going to present the unboxing / my first thoughts on the Flash Plus 2 phone. This is the phone, I just got it. It's in a nicely shrink wrapped box. It's got a heart, a golden heart with it's like got fingerprints or something, thumbprint. So the screen comes with this little protective film thing that you gotta take out. But at least it's good to have it on there until you've had a chance to buy some kind of permanent tempered glass sticker or some other matte sticker or something. And it comes with a bunch of papers, a charger, and a micro USB cable. The charger is supposed to be a quick charger from what I saw online, so we'll see. The back of the phone is the shiny metal material that gives it a premium feel, makes it feel more pricey than it actually costs, although the italicized Flash logo kind of takes away the premium feel, but it's okay. The power and volume buttons are on the side of the phone. And this is the initial boot up of the phone, the very first time I've booted it up. I'm basically just going to swipe through next for all the initialization, customization settings, just so that we can see what the home screen and launcher looks like. If you notice, it says insert SIM cards. Yep, this phone is a dual SIM unit. It can accept 2 SIM cards. And interesting, it's got a fingerprint scanner. Says protect your phone, you can set up your fingerprint. Yeah, I'll do it later. But for the price, you get a fingerprint scanner, amazing. So this is the launcher. Why can't I access the app launcher? Oh yeah, I gotta press got it. Okay, well, this is the launcher. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty spiffy. I'm not crazy about the jellyfish wallpaper though, but it's okay. One thing I like about this phone is that it comes already with Android 6.0 Marshmallow. A lot of phones that you can buy today, July 2016, still only come with Android 5.1, and that was last year's operating system. One thing I'm not so crazy about with the Flash Plus 2 is that the home button is a physical home button. I would have preferred it to either be an on-screen home button or a capacitive home button like some other Android devices out there, rather than an actual physical home button. How many times do you go back to your home screen, right, in the course of a day? Press enough times. The wear and tear on a physical button is very real. Well, it would have been really much nicer if they just put the fingerprint sensor elsewhere and made the home button a software on-screen button, or just capacitive like the other buttons in this phone, which are on the bezel. It lights up when needed, but they're not actual physical buttons. Well, anyway, it is what it is. So now that we've unboxed it, here are my initial thoughts on the Flash Plus 2. This is actually a positive for me that the back is removable, because I noticed the trend in the last generation of phones has been like phones that have a unibody construction. A lot of phones from mid to the upper range of low end, they usually come with this unibody finish. It gives it a very premium feel despite of the low price, but the drawback is it has less space for like SIM slots, and for me, I usually prefer to use phones with numerous, well, basically 2 SIM slots. So for example, this one, the past 2-3 days that my phone died, I've been using this spare phone of mine that I've had for a little over a year. It's pretty good, except it's kind of too basic for everyday use for me, for my purposes, but for an emergency phone, it's pretty good. It's an Android one, a Cherry Android One phone. Android One is basically Google having these kind of, I don't know if you could call them tie-ups with local phone manufacturers in developing countries like India or the Philippines, developing countries who love going online. So this one has 2 micro SIM slots and 1 memory card slot. I find it really handy, especially if you're going to travel. You can just easily pop in the SIM in the other slot. So now with a lot of these newfangled unibody phones, so what happens is, so they usually have this SIM card tray that you pop out similar to iPhones, but it has 2 slots. The iPhone has 1 slot, right? And you can either put in 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 memory card. I don't like that because I always have a memory card on all my phones. I mean, you don't have to care why I like memory cards, but I'm sure a lot of you guys do. So I'm sure you feel like it's weird that you're being sold a dual SIM phone, but then you can't actually use the other SIM slot if you have a memory card in there, which, for most people, 90% of the time, it's fine. You live with 1 SIM card, 1 memory card. But the benefit of having a dual SIM phone is when you travel and then you buy a SIM card from the local place that you travel to, and you can just pop it in. But if you have a memory card sitting there, then you got to take that memory card out, and then you kind of lose access to the files you had of that card. What I like about this, since it's got a removable back, this is where they kind of saved costs on the construction, I guess. It's great for me though. I don't find it a negative at all that it's removable. Because of that, they got more space to put in 2 SIM slots. One is nano, one is micro. Note that if you need to cut your cards. The other is for a memory card, like micro SD, so pretty good. What I don't like is that the battery is baked into the phone. Like this phone, this Android One phone. To its credit, it has rarely frozen despite being super cheap and only coming with 1 GB of RAM. So it freezes. You can just pop out the battery, put it back in, and you're good. It's like reset. So I'm not really sold in this baking the battery into the whole body of the phone thing. By the way, for those wondering about the pedigree of this phone, the Flash Plus 2 is supposedly the successor to the Flash Plus 1, which was released under Alcatel, but not the old European-owned Alcatel. This was after Alcatel was acquired or something by TCL. That yes, TCL, they of the air conditioning and budget television fame. Apparently, Alcatel spun out Flash Plus into their own division, and Flash Plus 2 is now the first phone under that new division. Hence, the branding no longer carries Alcatel. It just says Flash Plus 2. So every phone nowadays, especially the mid to the upper range of the low-end phones, they usually have one marketing gimmick just to make them stand out from their other Android clone phones. They usually advertise like it's really great for selfies. A lot of phones nowadays, even the low-end ones, have pretty good or pretty acceptable back cameras. So how do they stand out? A lot of these mid to upper range of low-end phones, their marketing gimmick is we got a really fancy front camera for shooting like this. What I found unique about this phone is it didn't say any of that. It said it had a pretty adequate front and rear camera, but that's what I found interesting in its advertising is that they claim to have this really good digital audio processor in it. Supposedly that digital audio processor together with earphones, it's supposed to be like an audiophile phone. Oh yeah, and guess what? It cost me 8,450 pesos on Lazada.com. That's just around $180. That's really cheap. I just thought it was interesting that they used a kind of unique marketing tactic for it instead of the whole boring, tired, we got a fancy front camera marketing gimmick. And for 8,450 pesos for that price, you get a fingerprint scanner. Oh, and the model I got is the 3GB RAM model with 32GB storage. So that's pretty good. That's my unboxing / initial impressions / overview of the Flash Plus 2. Hope you guys found it a little helpful and informative, and please subscribe to see new updates in my videos. Thank you!